U2TV post-game report. We're here with the winning coach, Coach Dave Doemel of the CBA Brothers. Coach, you made quick work of this after that first quarter. You guys went on a little run. Then the second quarter, towards the end of that, it was like night after that. Talk to me about what you had prepared for these guys early in the season. You never seen them, right? It's an early season game, so
yeah,
how do you prepare for a team like that?
It's an early season game, and I think our guys are we're still trying to figure out how to play 5-on-5 in practice because people who were involved in football and a couple other things and didn't get in the gym until late, So we're fortunate to be able to come out of here tonight with a good win. But we haven't gone up and down a lot, and you saw that we weren't very choosy and selective in that first quarter. So that kind of hurts both ends because you tuck yourself out. As Coach Pedlo used to say to me, you're always on defense. Work the ball a little bit, and then you take a rest. Make the other guy get tired out. So I think sometimes we just went a little too quick first quarter. We had to talk about it a little bit at halftime and how to take advantage of some of the stuff we saw and pick up the defensive intensity. I don't know if we got fully there, but guys, talent level and hitting shots and making plays, that came to the forefront. So.
Now, are we going to expect to see that from those guys like Vogel and Orsinski and a few other guys,
Scambatti.
or them guys shooting a jump shot, hitting the mid-range, going to the basket strong, going to the foul line, making free throws. Yeah. Are we going to see that continue?
Yeah, I think so, and I think we've got to see Aiden Wine be a force playing against other post guys. We got to see Sam Ruggles, who is a very good spot-up shooter. We got to find a way to take advantage of him. If we don't move the ball around, you kind of lose a guy like that, and that's what I'm trying to get the guys to figure out. We got some kids on the bench that are just learning, and I was very much pleasantly surprised at how well Ibu played tonight when he got his opportunity there at the end. So if we can get something out of those kids, that's going to help those front five get some rest during the game.
Have you seen guys such that young play with that kind of maturation?
Yeah.
These guys play like seemingly like juniors or seniors.
I think Bova played like that when he was sophomore, and it didn't seem to bother him too much. But like you say, I think they got a lot of moxie, certainly beyond their years, and I think the kids play so much now and games and AAU. That's part of my problem. I want to see them in the gym playing together, and that one-on-one stuff is there in their gut. Mm-hmm. Now they got to mesh it together and play that 5-on-5 so they can get the most out of each other. So. But I told him at halftime, that's my job, I guess. I got to get you. I got to get you to learn how to work together, okay? So that your skills, all your skills, can come through.
Yeah.
And back-to-back sectional finals appearances. Guys come up short a couple times, but you guys are right there. I mean, you're taking these teams here. Sometimes that's not even picked to be there. What are some of your goals there? You perceive yourselves guys getting back?
Well, I think every year I try to do the same thing. Can we get better every week? And if you're getting better every week, you might catch up with everybody else. And hopefully learn and play intelligent basketball. Now, we got to that sectional final last 2 years, and I think we laid eggs in both of them. So, to me, it's, okay, we got to be more opportunistic in what we learn to play against great talent. How are you going to learn how to play intelligent basketball against people that maybe are taking certain things away from you now? Mm-hmm. And you can't do that. Now, that's where you have to lean on each other because they can't take all five of you away. They can take 2 or 3 away, but they can't take all 5. Now, all 5 have to be in gear. So I guess that's our goal. That's always been my goal.
Now, the football did good, like you said, and
Yeah.
So talking about how that helps the school spirit and how to bring some of that to your basketball program.
Yeah, I think you saw some of the guys down there. I do think competition and being competitive reflects well in any sport, and that's why I get nervous with these athletes who are only doing one sport. I think college coaches want to see you compete in your off season and compete in something that matters. Not necessarily, I think I talked to a football coach, Division I coach, years ago about one of my kids that was a secondary guy playing basketball. And he said, I love watching a kid in a sport that he's not the best because I find out about his character and how he wants to compete. And he said, I got to find that out because everything's gravy when you're the best guy and in the sport that you are really good at. But now I'm going to throw you into a big fish pond with a lot of guys with your talent. I got to know how competitive you are.
Good point.
Yeah.
I got one last before I give it to Coach. The new rule with the 5 fouls. Shoot shot. Now I'm a little disappointed because I want to see the free throw. I want to see a guy who not a good free throw shooter get 2 shots instead of getting the 1-and-1. So, but what are your thoughts about that whole?
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I haven't figured it out. Now my daughter, as you know, is the ladies coach at Mohawk Valley Community College. So. I kind of went to her and I said, so what's the strategy you're using now with this 5 fouls in a quarter? How do you she's just going to have to figure it out. So I said, all the stuff that I've taught you, I come to you one time and that's the answer I get.
You're on your own. Yeah. Hey, my last question, Coach, is what keeps you going? I mean, Hall of Fame coach, you've been doing it over and over again, been successful at it. What keeps you going? Speaking of competition, is that it, or what's your drive that keeps you going, Coach?
Well, I guess I am a very competitive person. I was a competitive
to say the least.
I was a competitive person as an athlete, and now in coaching, I love. But I think the relationships with the kids that you can kind of develop over time. That's, I think, what keeps you going. Okay, so. They're the ones that come back to you and make you feel like, okay, I made a difference. A young man that was just here was our manager for 4 years. He went to LaSalle University and was a manager down there. And he texted me 2 weeks ago. He said, I just got a job with in the athletic department at the University of Kentucky. So he came tonight because he's leaving tomorrow to go to Kentucky to start his job. So, that kind of pumps you up, I think, as a coach, as a teacher, as an educator. When a kid feels strongly enough to come back the night before he's going to take off and start this big venture because he's going in the accounting department at University of Kentucky Athletic Department. I said, now you can look at Calipari's numbers and find out what you're doing.
Well, as always, Coach, it's a pleasure to cover you. It's a pleasure to come out and watch you do the things you do. You're a great tactician, great strategist, and it's always good, a pleasure to watch you in motion.
It's good that you're doing this for the kids. They enjoy it immensely. So I hope you guys keep hanging in there because that's what the impact you're having. Okay, so
thank you.
Appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Okay, this is.